What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick Torius, back again with another video. This little disclaimer, this video is a joke. If there's any cops watching, so this is just a jokey video, ha ha ha. But yeah, I'm talking about what acid is like, LSD, just tryptamine, whatever it's called, like surgic acid, right? So smash that like button, comment below what you think about the video, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. All right, so what's acid like? Acid is the best, literally. That's it. End the video right here. I'm just kidding. But yeah, acid is a really fun drug, right? The thing is, I never did no drugs other than like weed, right? I did a little lean on accident, not accident, but I was prescribed it, right? Damn. I feel like energy drinks are also a drug, because the thing is, like, when you're, I feel like what acid did is it just gave me a lot of energy, right? So I just had so much energy, and I was like bouncing everywhere. I was like, just like how I am right now. I'm crazy right now, right? I just be having a lot of energy drinks. But yeah, it felt like I drank like 200 energy drinks basically. I've only done it like allegedly 3 times, right? Allegedly. But yeah, acid it's so funny because I love watching videos about acid and shit, and I love hearing about other people's explanations on it, right? Because the thing is, you can't really explain it. Like, it's something that can't be explained. It's just something that you just gotta experience, right? And I find it funny that word experience and explain, it's like X, right? You can't explain it. It's an experience, basically. But yeah, how can I describe it? Basically, if you ever watch a skate video, right? If you watch a skate video, a lot of times they'll use like fisheye lenses, right? And you basically see life through like a fisheye lens, right? It's like everything is very circular. Like, it's so weird. Because the thing is, you don't be like, it's not how I thought it was gonna be, right? I made a vlog about it, so you could just watch my vlogs. And basically what it is like, it just gives you so much energy. For me, the thing is, I've seen other people, right? I've seen other people just like be chilling on it. I don't be chilling on it though. I be like going nuts, right? I think it's because I have so much energy like stored up in my body, and I feel like what it does is that it just uses up all the energy, right? It just uses up that energy that you have stored up, and it makes it so that you use that. And I mean, that's what you use during the trip. Because I was like sweating so much, I had to drink so much water. I had my friends with me. The thing is, the first time I did it by myself, right? And I was just alone in my crib, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. So I did it, right? And while I was on it, I was talking to my best friend and shit, and then I was going through like a bunch of epiphanies and shit, and I was like, oh wow, I was like falling in love with the drug, right? I was just like, damn, this is such an amazing experience. I was crying so much, and my boy was like, oh, I forgot to tell you that. And it's like, the government didn't tell me I was gonna cry. The government didn't tell me that. The government said I was gonna see like crazy shit, like circles and spears and blah, blah, blah. I honestly didn't really get, I did see those psychedelic patterns and shit, but I feel like that's just a side effect. Like, everyone wants to make it so it's like that stuff always appears, right? Like, it's like that's the whole trip. Like, the whole trip is just seeing a bunch of geometric shapes and patterns and shit. But honestly, that's like if you think about the trip, that's like 1% of it. Like, it's just 1%. Like, the whole trip isn't really about that. Like, I did see some weird shit. Like, I went to this like room, and then I just sat there, and my body was like taken over by this like entity, right? And it was like yelling at my boy, because the day after we took it, or like the day while I was still tripping, I was like yelling at my boy and shit. It's like someone asked me to borrow my body, right? Because they're like, yo, I need to tell your boy something. And I was like, all right, bet. So he just like borrowed my body. This shit was crazy, right? He like borrowed my body, and then we walked around my neighborhood, and then I was just like yelling at him like a drill sergeant. I was like, you're weak. You're gonna be sleeping on the ground. So I took my phone. I told him, I was like, you see this sidewalk? That's where you're gonna be sleepy if you don't get your shit together, right? And I was like, and he's like, damn. I made that boy cry, right? That shit was so fun. I vlogged the first time. I wish I vlogged the second time, bro, because I was like, nah, I didn't want to seem like, because I was doing it with my friends, right? I didn't want to seem like an amateur, like, oh, he's vlogging it, da 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 da. But I should have. I did like some stories, but it wasn't that great. But what is acid like though? It's basically like, it just makes your life a movie, right? Because like in a movie, it's like there's a beginning, there's a middle, and the end, right? That's how movies just are. Movies are just like the beginning, the middle, and the end, right? So what happens is that in the movie you are, everything is just always perfect because everything always works out in the end, right? And you just see those little, like, you just see the synchronicities and everything in life, and you just see like how everything is just supposed to happen, right? Like everything, like if you can imagine life is like a train, right? And you're on train tracks, and you're just like driving on the train tracks. You feel me? Like you're supposed to be like, that's the only track there is. There's no other track. Like your life is already planned out. Your life is already predestined. So it's like, because the thing is, there was this girl that like broke my heart type, right? And I was like trying to get her back and shit. And I was just like, I want, and then my boy was telling me, oh, she's not meant for you. She's not meant for you. And I didn't want to accept that. But then the thing is like later on, I realized, after I did, I'm just like, okay, you know what? Maybe she wasn't meant for me, right? Maybe she wasn't supposed to be there for me. I'm supposed to be with someone else. That's probably what it was. So, so basically my boy, he was explaining, yeah, so that's what it is, right? It's like the tracks. It's like the train is on the track and your life is a movie. In a movie, everything always happens and you just like, because that's how I was thinking while I was on. I was like, damn, this is like a movie. Like everything is just happening how it's supposed to. Like this happened and then this happened and this happened. It's like the second time I did it, I had a panic attack, right? And this girl, she took me and she was like, oh, let's go for a walk real quick. We go for a walk and then it's funny because she was like explaining to me life, right? Like it's funny because she was like zanned out and shit. She was all like, and I was the only one that understood what she was saying. Like to me, it's like I felt her on a different level. You feel me? Like everyone else was like, yo, that girl was fucked up. But to me, I heard her like being super like fucking, I don't know, like normal, right? Like, and she was like a shaman to me, right? Like I literally saw her as like a shaman, and she was like explaining to me life, like, things about life and shit. She was so fun, bro. And the thing is, it's like every time that she would explain to me something, it's like one of my friends would come, right? And then it was like oh man, that was so fun, bro. Look, I feel like my life, in my life, things are reflected to what I'm feeling, right? And I'm feeling like super joyful, and it's like you can see the sun's coming out and it's pouring right now. It was pouring, but now it's like getting better, right? So yeah, so then she's just like a shaman, and every time that she would like teach me a lesson, because I feel like drugs are for learning, right? Like if you like, cause some people use them for what is it? Some people use drugs for fun. I use it for learning, right? I use it so that I can learn more things, because acid teaches you so much shit. Because the thing is, what it is basically like in your body. The way my friend put it is that in your body and your mind, everything is darkness, right? And you just pick up things in life one by one. Like every moment you're learning something new. But with acid, it's like everything, and it's like you just know everything for a little amount of time, and then it's so crazy, bro. It's like so crazy. But you're gonna forget. You're gonna forget a lot of those things. So I feel like if you're gonna do it, just write it down, right? I'm not advocating you to do it. I make it seem so amazing because I've had 3 beautiful trips, right? That I've only done it 3 times, and every time I've done it, it's been amazing. So I haven't had a bad trip. I had a bad trip on like mushrooms, but I ain't have no bad trips on LSD. LSD is fun as fuck. And I love hearing about people's stories. I love hearing about people's I love hearing about like people's trips and shit. Like I love talking about my trips. Like my trips are fucking life changing. You feel me? Like I literally changed my life. Like if it wasn't for the LSD, I wouldn't have been able to move out my mom's crib. I wouldn't have been able to live on my own. I wouldn't have had the opportunities I had. Like I wouldn't have changed as a person, right? I wouldn't be making these videos. I'd just be lazy as fuck, smoking weed at my mom's crib, being me all day, just doing shit, just doing nothing. You feel me? I would have been like a loser. You feel me? But LSD really took me off that path. It really brought me to myself, and to know like, okay, this is what I want in life, and it really got me to like go get it. You feel me? And I want to thank you for that. But what happens is, you do forget, and you do end up slipping. It's like sometimes you do end up slipping your old ways. That's why like when they say like Steve Jobs did it, right? Like that was really my motivation for doing it, because they said Steve Jobs did it, and I understand why he's able to do what he does because of it. Because what happens is that I used to think that everything in life was perfect, right? I always think that like, oh, there's no more businesses that could be made, there's no more inventions that could be invented, there's no more food that could be created, there's no more nothing. Everything is already here. Like, how is my ideas gonna change the world? But the thing is like, this world is so imperfect. Like, we come to this world and it's unimperfect. It's imperfect, right? Like, you don't have to see the world as perfect, because I used to just see the world as everything is perfect. But now I see, like, you know what? I can create a difference in the world. I can make things. I can change, like, not like, you don't have to change the world like in Palestine conflict or some shit. Like, you don't have to end world hunger. You don't have to do all that crazy shit. Like, yeah, bad shit happens in the world, but I feel like it's broadcasted for 2 reasons, right? One, so that you can be in fear, so that you can be doing what the government tells you. Or the second reason is so that you can do something about it, right? Like, you don't have to do that much. Send like a penny. You send a penny to whatever cause, and you're already doing more than half the world, right? You're doing more than half the world to change the world. You feel me? You're making the world a better place. So just focus on like, because the thing is, like, me and my brother, right? The way me and my brother are is very different, because my brother just watches the news all day, and he just be like, oh, the government, this, it's politics. He's super into politics, and me, I'm not into politics whatsoever. Like, I hate politics. I hate all that shit, right? I don't hate it, but I'm very indifferent. I don't give a fuck. So what happens is that, like, he's just complaining about the world, but I'm actually doing something. Like yesterday, I gave a homeless guy $5, and I didn't want to do it. Right, I didn't feel like giving this dude $5 because he was lying to me in the first place. But you know, I was like, fuck it, I'll just give this dude $5, and I do what I gotta do to make the world a better place, because this dude needed it. He was in need. So that's helping the world more than just complaining about world issues. You feel me? Like, if like people in Cuba and shit, people are complaining about it. But what are you doing to help it? Like, that's something that's out of your control. Do something that can be in your control, because you're not, like, yeah, posting about it is gonna, put awareness, but I mean, everyone already, is already being broadcasted. It don't matter. I don't know. I don't like talking about that stuff, but just do the little things. You feel me? You just gotta do little tiny things in life to make a big difference. The little things create the big difference, right? With that being said, I don't want to make this video too long. Like the video, comment below what you think about it, subscribe, and comment what your acid trips were like. What is acid like for you? Because acid is I don't know, it made me understand the Bible, basically. So if you have the same thing, the same experience, or whatever experience, comment down below what type of trip you had. Bad trip, good trip. I really want to hear it. I really love talking about this stuff. So like the video, subscribe, comment what you think, and if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram at Torius at 6 for interviews, and I'll answer in another video. With that being said, I'll catch you guys next one. Peace.